Hello, beautiful humans. I'm here today to talk about suicidal thoughts. So, we're going through a really intense time on the planet, and not everyone is going to make it through. And there's slow suicide and fast suicide. Slow suicide is when you just make a lot of unhealthy choices all the time, and that's also kind of like a death wish. But what I want to say is that it's kind of normal to feel confused and to be like, what the F am I doing here on this planet? And we all go through this, and even light workers actually kill themselves a lot. And so I just want to validate you that if you feel lost and confused and scared and or overwhelmed due to the inflation prices or feeling pressure of being super duper in debt and trying to support your family, or just trying to even get along in a super phony society, or try to pretend like you like your job when you hate it. There's lots of things that can be crazy making. And I just want to tell you that you are here for a reason, and that you are on your own unique soul path of learning. And if you want to know what you're doing here on this earth, you can slow down and you can ask yourself these questions. What is my soul contract with my family? Now, that might sound really out, like, how do I know? But if you really slow down and you just let yourself be with that question. Like, imagine before you're coming into this life, right? You have a soul mission on earth. You have your own unique special assignment of something that you came here to learn, something that you came here to contribute, something that you came here to master, a lesson that you came to succeed at. Okay, so this is what you're doing here on the planet, and we are living in extraordinary times. Okay, the system is literally crumbling. The system that you are rooted in is literally crumbling. Okay, so if it feels like your life is going to shit, it's okay. But I'm here to remind you that you're here for a reason. So ask yourself these questions to help orient yourself. What is your soul contract with your family? Take a moment and just, you can pause the video and just write it down, or let the answer come to you. And whatever comes is the answer. So just let it come to you and don't doubt yourself, okay? And what else? You can ask yourself, what did you come here to contribute to the earth? Now, the way to find the answer to this question is like, when you die, what do you want people to say at your funeral, right? Are people going to say, this guy really helped me out when I was sad or at work, or he was the only one who understood me or saw me or listened to me or whatever? Like, what do you want people to say at your funeral? So that's kind of how you know, like, what did you come to contribute to earth? Maybe for some of us, that's going to be some great body of work. Maybe for some of us, that's going to be just that you were that rock solid friend that was there for people, or the best dad in the world, or something like that. So whatever that is, maybe you inspired people with your music. Maybe you are here just to trigger people and piss people off so that they can work on their own issues. Whatever the heck it is, like, remember your purpose. Remember who you are. Okay, so what is your soul contract with your family, your earth birth family? What is your soul? What is your mission on the earth? Like, what did you come here to leave behind or contribute? And then what is your soul contract with the planet? And by this can be a tricky question, because there's like Mother Earth, right? Like the planet, but we are also an extension of Mother Earth. So it could be with the human species and or all of the other multidimensional beings that are connected and interacting with us, or it could be the planet herself. But at the end of the day, it's all one cohesive body. But I just want to say that whether you are just someone trying to make it day to day, going to work in a sick, insane system that's dying and crumbling, or whether you're a light worker who's trying to make a difference and show the way and hold your own shit together while everything is crumbling. If you are sometimes having thoughts of being like, what the fuck am I doing on this planet at this time? Like, it might be easier just to leave. I just want to say that I see you. And you're not alone. And that we are living in extraordinary times. And that you're not the only one that feels that way. And that there's always expansion and contraction, expansion and contraction. So if you're feeling that rock bottom now, that scared, that lost, that confused, that what the fuck, that hopeless, that it will get better. It will get better. It will get better. Breathe through it. Breathe through it. Breathe through it. And instead of like wanting to escape it, go deeper into it, just into the confusion, into the hopelessness. Just sit there and face it like the warrior that you are. Breathe into that hopelessness, that confusion. That's the only way to get through it. But that in this plane that we're living in, it's a heartbeat, right? Expansion, contraction. So I have some days where I'm like, it's the new earth and everything is flowing. I'm in my synchronicity. Everything's beautiful. I feel great. And I have some days where I'm literally like, what am I doing on this earth? My work isn't, nobody's listening to my work. My family doesn't even understand me. It seems like I feel detached from reality and it's not even real. It's all just a video game. Why would I want to entangle myself in this mess? I have these thoughts and these feelings too, and go through times where I feel really shitty. And I'm here to show the light. I'm here to build the new earth and to hold the vibration of this heaven on earth. And I go through these expansions and contractions. And so if I'm in a contraction and then if I start to doubt myself when I'm in that, like, oh, I'm doing it wrong, or how come I don't feel so good today? I must be a fraud. What I'm saying is wrong or whatever. No, it's really just about breathing deeper into that discomfort until it's fully felt. And that is the way to heaven on earth. But we have a lot to work through because we're coming out of a time of density. So I just want to say that if you feel confused and lost and even seriously are like, what the fuck am I doing on this planet? Like, I don't want to be here. That you're not the only one feeling that way. And that I promise you, if you breathe into it and you don't run from it and you don't try to numb or drink a beer or smoke a joint to get out of it, it will get better. But if you do try to numb your way out of it, you won't get past it. You may stay there. You may have like a false, like a temporary feeling better, but you don't actually push through. So when we go through that contraction, like when we come back out stronger. And then we don't have to go through that same contraction again in the same way. We've overcome it. But if we push away from that specific contraction, like if we run from it, like, oh, here comes the anxiety again, and I'm going to run from it. It keeps coming up again in the same way. We have to face it. And even if you do kill yourself, you're going to have to still face the same exact lesson again in your next life. So shit is weird right now and shit is scary and we may feel like it's not the best time to be here on earth, but just remember who you are, remember what you came here for, and stick to your mission, and just remember that the contractions are temporary, and the more that you breathe into it and you go into it and you face it, like fearlessly, then the easier it'll get. And that's actually a muscle that you exercise. So like facing that shitty feeling is a muscle that you exercise, and the better you get at it, the more bliss you experience. This is the opposite of addiction. So addiction is like feeling shitty and then turning to something to numb it or to distract. And then ascension, or consciousness expanding like your strength to be able to hold more light. That's what we are. We're vessels for light. And you want to just strengthen yourself to be able to hold more awkwardness. You want to hold so much awkwardness that's not even awkward anymore. And we're all doing this, and we're all learning. And there's going to be days that feel shitty, and one day you might be on top of the world and it might seem like everything's going great, and the next day it feels like you're stuck in the mud and nothing is moving forward, and things feel scary, things feel confusing, you feel like you're not being received, no one's listening to you. Just stick with it and it will get better. And I love you. Happy ascension, and you are doing a good job. So stick with it on the planet and reach out to your soul tribe if you need help. And also, I'm here for you if you need help. I love you.